Welcome, Coyote fans. This is Paul Ferris. Basically, getting ready to drive the car this spring. Spring's running out. Summer's upon us. Anyways, as you can see, the interior's back together. A little dirty. I'll clean that up. My my shifter is the way I want it. Been driving it a bit. It's just perfect. It's not only is it in reach, but it just my hand has so much more leverage this way than it does this way. It's hard to describe. So this is, for me, this is perfect. Seems pretty well balanced. I'll get some video driving the car with my GoPro. I'm also possibly going to use a dash camera. A buddy of mine at Postal has been talking about getting one, and I'm thinking I'm going to get one just so I can do some video for my YouTube channel. Got my 2 batteries replaced. That was a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be, not because of getting the batteries in or out, but because just I thought one of them was bad and both of them were bad. So I've been through 2 Optimus 6 volts. I'm not sure why. My gut feeling is that they had a quality control problem, but it could be that just mounting them on their side and bouncing them around like that might be bad for them. I'm going to have to find out. I'm going to ask somebody at Optima and find out. Because I looked for any other reason and can't find it. I did have some intermittent connectivity problems on my left post there, but it was just one connector to the car's PCM, which was infuriating. If you can imagine just driving down the road and having your Coyote cut out on you. That was way back at the beginning of my build. Nothing recent, in other words. I've gotten pretty adept at making really good positive connections and watching the way that the terminals come together. A lot of grounding going on. You can see it everywhere. This 5 farad capacitor is an experiment. Basically, I've got a key that turns it on. And it's an interesting animal. One of my theories is that the Coyote's PCM is very much like a subwoofer. It's during peak moments, Ford has added rotary voice coils and all kinds of crazy stuff to index that motor, and the load for a typical battery may actually be kind of high. So maybe put a capacitor in there for the peaks and see if maybe the engine doesn't run better. We'll find out. I'm actually going to turn it on and off. As you can see, I've got a key to activate it or deactivate it. So we'll do that and see what happens. You can see I put my sub here in the corner. So when I'm all done here, my trunk will look pretty standard except for that crazy thing right there. Not much I can do about that. I've got to do some cleanup work to straighten all this out. It's hard to see with this camera. My GoPro would be different. Going around the car, you can see I got my wheels and tires cleaned up and looking nice, but I'm very likely going to swap out my tires here in the next few weeks for 295s in the rear and 255s in the front. Word on that, I'd love to go with 315s in the rear. Unfortunately, the amount of manufacturers that make reasonably priced and available, this is important, 315s is extremely slim. You've only got a few. And one of my research here tells me that I could easily get 295s if I ever was in a pinch, say I needed to replace them and I was out on the road somewhere. So from my perspective, the more practical thing is to just bite the bullet and say I'm not going to get that extra 0.2 distance. So let's look under the hood. A lot of detail work I spent cleaning some things up here. May not show because only I would notice, but I did my crossmember brace and replaced that rear plastic there behind it and just tightened some things up. This isn't completely mounted yet. It's sort of roughed in, but that's where it's going to sit. Tighten this guy down so I actually can fill my wiper washer reservoir. I added this bar brace there. I put some I don't know what you call this. It's just a mount for the hose to keep it from flopping out in front of everything. I don't have a fitted hose for this. This is just a regular piece of quarter hose for the drain on the reservoir. I still need to do some minor cleanup on some things. I might just take that off and paint it. It's been with the car since it was made. It's one of the original hoses, and I'm kind of sentimental for the dumbest of reasons. You know, it's like the number of stock parts under the hood here is dwindling. This radiator cap's actually the stock radiator cap that the car came with new. And the steering rack and the brake master cylinder, not the assist. Oh, that's right, I replaced the brake master cylinder. Excuse me. The hydraulic assist portion of the brake master cylinder is still stock, along with the pump and this reservoir. So there are still some stock parts under my hood, and I'd like to keep it that way, just so I can say, yeah, there's still some stock pieces there. It's pathetic. So anyways, you can see it's kind of coming together. I did a little bit of Plastidip work here in the front nose, and you know, it's a little bit dirty because I've been working on it in the shop here, but I drove it around a bit yesterday, and it just sounds wonderful and runs nice. And so I think I'm done doing some of the annoyance cleanup for this season. Like I've alluded to in the past, I got to contact John Griggs of Griggs Racing and get the pieces ordered for my rear roll bar, which will sit right through here, and the rear suspension setup, which I'm hoping to kind of tie together so that the rear of the car will be more nailed down and tighter. That'll aid my weight distribution by another point. So I should go from about 53.47 to about 52.48, which will put me almost perfectly balanced in my eyes. According to a couple of people now, John was one of them, you don't want to get complete 50-50 in a car like this. It's not as good. So who knows? I don't exactly race it, but it's just, you know, goals. One of my goals was 50-50 weight distribution, and that may not have been a good goal. Anyways, hope you're having fun tuning in. Sorry I haven't posted a whole lot lately. I've had some rather pressing family issues that have been in my way, and hoping that they clear up. And I'm hoping for a really good summer. Thanks for tuning in. You can see my car on YouTube, of course, in this channel. Subscribe. Or you can go to Coyotify, COYOTIFY.com. There's a blog section there, and I'll be updating that soon. So thanks for tuning in. Have a good nice day.